Hello, my friends. Well, pitching online, whether a sales pitch or pitching an idea to senior management or members of a team, is, for many of us, a new skill that we have to learn. And I'm going to try in 4 minutes or less than 4 minutes to give you 2 ideas that will really help to improve your online pitching very quickly. Why 4 minutes? Well, it's because attention is one of the biggest hurdles we have to overcome when we are in the online environment, the virtual environment. I think it's fair to say that everybody online has the attention span of a 3-year-old and the memory of a 90-year-old. So we're always fighting against that. So I've said 4 minutes or less in this video, and I want you to notice the effect that has on your brain. For most of you, your brains will have gone, oh, okay, that sounds bearable, that sounds fine, I'm in good hands, I can listen to this. So use that idea in your online pitch, and you can use it in one of 2 ways. First of all, don't take up all the time that you've got. So, for example, if you've got a 45-minute presentation slot or pitch slot, it can be really sensible to say to your audience, thank you for coming to our pitch today. We've got 45 minutes together. We don't need the whole 45 minutes. We're going to pitch for about 25 minutes, and then we've got plenty of time for deeper questions and conversation afterwards. So you're letting your audience know, don't worry, it's fine. You're not going to have to concentrate for too long. Or you can do it another way, and you can break bits of your pitch up into smaller chunks and let the audience know that's going to happen. So you can say something like, thanks for coming to the pitch today. We'll start with some quick introductions, and then we're going to spend 4 or 5 minutes just looking at the problems that your marketplace is facing right now. Then we'll take a couple of questions just to make sure we're all on board. Once we've done that, we'll go quite deeply into some of our recommendations, particularly our software recommendations. We'll do that for 8 or 9 minutes, and then again, we'll stop and just check in, see if you've got any questions. And then finally, we'll spend about 10 minutes looking at the implementation of that software and the costs and the logistics and so on. That'll take us less than half an hour in total, and then we've got plenty of time for conversation and more questions at the end of that. So I hope you can hear that when you say something like that to an audience, they relax more. They sort of get on your side much more early in the pitch because you're not asking them to do any work. Okay, so that's idea number 1. The second idea is to really get attention as early as possible in your online pitch. And what I think you should do is really do the digital equivalent of what you used to do in the real world. So in the real world, before an important presentation or pitch, you would iron your shirt or brush your hair or check your shoes. And we need to do versions of that online because we know that first impressions really matter. And if you can have your pitch start really well, you're sort of more onto a winner. Everything else will be easier. So the digital equivalents of ironing your shirt and brushing your hair are paying attention to everything that happens before your pitch begins. So for example, if you're running your pitch on Zoom, let's say, and you're inviting clients or someone to come to a Zoom meeting, well, don't use the default Zoom waiting room. Take a moment to put your own logo in the waiting room or type a message, something like, hello, client X, I'm looking forward to pitching to you at 10 a.m. I'll be with you in a few moments, or we'll be with you in a few moments. So that when the client arrives, they feel, oh, okay, this is for me. This is a pitch specially for me, and you've done some work. Particularly if you're pitching to a group of people, it's a really good idea to do this and wait till everybody's there, because then your pitch begins with a bang. You let everybody into the meeting and you start straight away. You avoid a lot of those clumsy sort of small talk moments or when people are checking their mic or their video or whatever. You might not have a waiting room, but you can do this with a PowerPoint slide, for instance. You might have a really interesting message that's up. So as people come into the online meeting, they're greeted with something that makes them think, that makes that first introductory few moments much easier. Or you can have a video playing or some background music playing. It's very easy to do in many forms of online presenting software. As you can see, out of the corner of my eye, I'm keeping my eye on the countdown timer. I promise this will be 2 minutes or 4 minutes or less. So I hope those 2 ideas are useful for you. And as always, send me a message if you want any more details.